So if you're natural, then your natural hormones work better.
Immediately, I notice a difference.
Welcome to Tony Huge Underground Lab.
Hi, thanks for having me over. So, arachidonic acid. I've got a few questions. One, what is this one? Why would I take it?
Arachidonic acid, it creates inflammation in the body, but there's good inflammation, there's bad inflammation. Arachidonic acid is like creatine. It stores inside the muscle, and when you work out hard, your body converts it into prostaglandins, which cause muscle growth. Now, bodybuilders inject prostaglandins directly into the muscle, but that has a lot of side effects. So a lower side effect way to do it, and a more natural way to do it, is to take arachidonic acid, increase more muscle inflammation. The inflammation signals the body to rebuild the muscle, build it bigger. So you actually get more muscle growth for the same amount of work in the gym. And it refreshes the receptors for IGF, testosterone, and all the other hormones and anabolics that we use. So if you're natural, then your natural hormones work better. And if enhanced, and you're starting to lose sensitivity to the enhancement compounds that we're using, then it refreshes the receptors so that all that chemistry works good again. So the people who benefit from it the most are the ones who have already plateaued. Like they're working out in the gym and they hit a plateau and they're not making progress. We refresh the receptors, and then their natural hormones, whether it's testosterone and IGF and HGH, their natural hormones or hormones we're supplementing with, work better like the first time we used it, and then we grow very quickly and our body can change very fast again.
I take it pre-workout in combination with other supplements. Immediately, I notice a difference in my workouts where I was having increased intramuscular inflammation, exactly what it's supposed to do.
Okay, so this one, will it make a difference between a male or a female using it?
Females who have less muscle mass are going to need less of it. So the more muscle mass someone has, probably the higher dosage they need to take. So a woman might only take 1 or 2 capsules for the workout, or during the workout or after the workout, whereas a man might take 2, 3, or 4 capsules.
Okay, and this one has nothing to do with hormones, so it's not going to give any negative side effects for women. It's not, I guess on the male side, it's not going to do anything with testosterone.
It doesn't impact hormones at all, other than to make your natural hormones in your body work better inside your muscle cell. So your muscle cell will make better use of your hormones that already exist, but it won't actually change your hormone levels at all.
Okay, that's great. And for this one, I know a lot of people like to do a cut cycle or a bulk cycle. Say if you're on high calorie versus low calorie, will this make a difference on the results?
I think it's more of a bulking. It's more of like putting on muscle mass is what arachidonic acid is good for, but it can go either way. I'd say I would do it more around times when I have more calories to recover more, because you're creating the ability to build more muscle. But if you don't have the calories there, what's the muscle going to be built from? Now, you could just use it to refresh the receptors, not to build muscle, but more long term. Like you could do it for 1 week, refresh your receptors, and then the next week come back in and add in the calories, once you're resensitized.
And is there any sort of length that someone would take this for? Do you have to cycle it on and off, or is it just a once-off supplement?
It's going to be a little bit different for everybody. When they did the studies on it, they did something like a 6-week cycle. But the problem is the longer that you're on it, the inflammation spills over more to the rest of the body. And we want to keep the inflammation more in the muscle. So I found that much shorter cycles work better, even 1 week on, 1 week off. Okay. 1 week on, 2 weeks off. 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. All these type of approaches seem better to me than the 6 weeks, because the inflammation just adds up too much over the 6 weeks. And you give this law of diminishing returns. Better to do it more often for shorter bursts, in my experience.
Have you noticed in your experience, after you've used it for, say, a week, will you feel less effect from it? Is it something you can kind of tell with your body, or is it just always going to make you sore?
Actually, the more you use it, the more sore you get. And that's why it's another reason why it's good to cycle, because the soreness starts accumulating and it becomes hard to work out. Okay. It all depends on the dosage. Ultimately, you'd find the dosage where you're just a little bit more sore from the workout, but not so sore that you can't work out. Because I've taken 4 capsules before, and about the 3rd day of just 4 capsules, the 3rd or 4th day, my muscles are so sore I don't even want to work out, and I take a couple days off from the gym.
So it can be counterproductive if you take it too much or too often.
So, and it's different all the time for my body, but for me, about 2 capsules every day pre-workout for 1 week gives me that extra little bit of soreness that doesn't spill over into the rest of my body and cause inflammation in other places. and doesn't cause me so much pain that it's hard to work out again. But some people can take 4 capsules. Some people can take 1 capsule. I'd say the average, people probably function best off of 3 capsules pre-workout.
So it's very dependent on the person and your tolerance, I guess.
Yeah, so it's like you take a certain dosage. When you feel too much soreness, now you know you got to back the dosage off. Maybe take even a day off. So like you take it for 5 days, the soreness starts accumulating too much in the muscle. You take a couple days off from it completely, and then you come in at a little bit lower dosage, because now you know if you want to take it for more than 4 days, you're going to need a lower dosage so that the soreness doesn't accumulate too much. You want a little bit of extra soreness, but not so much that it interferes with our quality of life, and not so much that it goes systemic.
Arachidonic acid all up in your face. This is your answer.
Okay, so that's just talking about the regular dosage. I know, obviously, some of the experiments we like to do is hyperdosing. Would you hyperdose this compound?
Okay, megadosing this. Yeah, the shorter period of time again. So 6 capsules pre-workout. Probably most people can't go longer than about 4 days at that dosage. If they can, then that's fine. They can. Like, everybody's different. But I'd say as the dosage goes up, you probably really have to shorten the amount of time that you're on it. Like, if you took 2 capsules, you could probably get away with going 6 weeks. You take 3 capsules, you may be only able to go like a week, week and a half. You take 4 capsules, maybe you can go like 5 days. You take 6 capsules, maybe you can only make it like 3 days because the soreness accumulates so much.
So with this one, are there any side effects?
The only side effect is too much inflammation. So you'll know if you get it. Like, you'll feel your joints and tendons achy. You'll feel like you almost have the flu. You know how your whole body aches?
Yeah.
That's how you know you took too much, and that's the side effect, is too much inflammation. If you want to get the inflammation down, we should be taking fish oil all the time anyways. But you can take more fish oil, and you can take a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, something like an ibuprofen. That'll get rid of all the inflammation and the pain and sort of reset.